Anything else to report? So there's only 2 cars a lap down so far, Rinho and Neil. And they were the 2 potential guys to win this race.
Well, definitely during the first stint, I would have picked them to win this race. In the background there, Keranen still leading McNamara.
It looks like Dovizioso is still catching them up as well. Insane, he's just maintaining his ground for 2nd place.
It's about all he can do, and not to be unfair to him, but that Cedars is not strong in the race. If he can hold down 2nd, he's put in a magnificent effort. Meanwhile, back with Jack Hunsley, a win today, especially with Deal so far out of the points, will put him back into a very good position for the Drivers' Championship.
Yes, indeed. Not towards turn 2. Looks like he's going to overtake one of the probably Andy Black, I would assume. Or will that be opposite?
Pit at the end of this lap.
And there we go, confirmation coming through on the radio that Hunsley is going to be pitting this lap.
At the end of this lap.
As will Saeed. We'll go through and we'll have a look. Sigalakis will not be, Utsa not be, and neither will the 2KF1s or any of the Elite 2s.
And Rinho looks like he may be coming in. No?
No.
I'll take my words back. But there's confirmation Hunsley is on his way to the pits.
Oh, here we go, the 2KF1s having a look at each other.
Who will come out triumphant?
Didn't see.
And we go, Hunsley in the pits. Saeed in the pits. So they're just getting some fresh tyres, putting some fuel in.
Keranen stays ahead of McNamara. So now our top 3, Sigalakis, Utsa and Keranen. Neyron's up into 6th. Barrett and Dimas have not pitted yet.
No, they have not. They're trying to get as far ahead as possible. And so, Keren's actually pulled away from that for a
Chaco into the pits. Of course, it'll be interesting to see. These are quite some late one-stops. You never know. The cars that pitted earlier might be on a one-stop strategy as well.
It could possibly be so.
Sharp having a look at that would have been Engbrink, because Sigalakis is at the front of the field, and he's got Utsa.
All over the back.
Utsa, he's now he's the only realistic chance that BRT have this race. What can he do? Rinho still doing fastest laps.
1:11.121. The pole was actually a 1:10.59, so he's like 6/10 off qualifying pace, which is pretty impressive.
Yes, at this point in the race, that is massively impressive. Here's Utsa. That's one of the monsters. Chaco just out of the pits. Is he gonna? What's he gonna do?
He's just gonna let him through,
as he is required to by the blue flags. His teammate Tom Barrett will be in this lap.
And Chaco, he's just a long way up. Barrett's in the pits. Sigalakis still maintaining his lead. He's not going to the pits just yet. And he's actually pulling away from Utsa for a bit. And Barrett's just come out of his pit box, and Sharp underneath Umbering.
Can't get it done. Here's Keranen. 2KF1 still not pitting.
Yep. Matt Namara's just still hanging on. Dovizioso is actually all over the back of them. So interesting to see what he would do. Around the back of the course.
Dovizioso seems to have pitted.
Indeed he has.
There he is. Going in now. Sigalakis still not pitting. 2KF1 still not pitting.
The confirmation Dovizioso is pitting. And Neyron's moved up the 5th spot. That's impressive for NTEC. And here's Chaco. I don't know what he's doing there. Trying to get the inside of a car that's a lap ahead of him. Trying to get a lap back maybe. Yeah, Saeed 8th spot. He's already done his pit stop. Dimas in the pits.
Harvey is in the pits as well. Possibly going to be able to sneak some points for Apex. It is possible.
Well, we do have 21 laps to go, and for what we've seen in the past, anything could happen.
Still not pitting.
Trying to extend.
Utsa though, Utsa's into the pits. He's the first to blink. Might try the undercut on Sigalakis.
Matt Miles also in the pits for 2K off 1.
He might undercut his boss.
He might be undercutting everyone, but we'll see what happens.
Ockle Saga, he's got no reason to move over for Rinyaho, no matter how fast that DTK is.
Looked like it was Andy Black actually, that Viper, judging by the side of the car. Yeah, must have been. Oh, okay, one's back again. Nonetheless, Aiton Keranen up in the second place, I believe.
Of course, he is due to pit soon. Well, you would expect. I mean, 20 laps to go. I don't think any cars could possibly make it the entire distance. Here we go, Sigalakis now will be in the pits at the end of this lap.
Okusaya being overtaken, yes, by Rinyaho. So, Rinyaho's still got some pace in that car, and Sigalakis is heading into the pits. And Karen is still going, he's not pitting yet.
You'd have to imagine it would be extremely soon. Deal's in the pits, he's lap down and he'll be coming in again. Karen will be pitting at the end of this lap, it seems. So the Australian hasn't had the greatest form since winning in Australia, but nonetheless, he leads again for 2KF1. This will make it interesting. Hunsley has moved past Sigalakis again.
He's now up to second place. That's impressive recovery. Or should I take my words back again? Oh,
Nonetheless, Hunsley, you would expect him, when Keranen pits, he will take the lead again. And here we go, Nowak wants to get past Sigalakis. He's on an in-lap as well, so he'll be following Keranen in. But he wants to get past Sigalakis now, give himself a good chance. Yeah, he's definitely ahead. Here's Utsa. Utsa's ahead of Sigalakis as well, so both him and Sigalakis should both come out ahead of Keranen. There's Saeed. They should all get ahead of Keranen.
And Kerenen's in the pits.
Here we go.
So we'll see who has the best strategy for the final stint.
Of course, Keranen will have to put in less fuel, but he was a long way behind Sigalakis. Oh, and Nowak. That's impacted Sigalakis a bit. It's impacted Saeed as well.
Coming into straight, where will he be in relevance? Here's Utsa.
Sigalakis has gone past Keranen.
Nowak's in the pits.
So through all of that, that should be...
is first, Utsa's second, Sigalakis, Saint, Matt Namara's passed him as well. So the undercut has worked for those guys. And Karen's down to 7th. Davizioso's gone through. Neyron's in 8th. Ingrid 9th, and Barrett is up to 10th. Still maintaining points positions.
Of course, Nowak now will you'll have about 19 odd laps, I do believe, to blast home back into the top 10.
Sharp's in the pits as well. So we'll follow back on board Sigalakis.
Running in 3rd now. Hasn't seen a podium, Sigalakis, I don't believe, this season, so it'll be great for him. Speedy haven't seen a podium since Australia. When they should have arguably won in Malaysia. They had it all sewn up, but couldn't hold it down.
17 laps to go, getting up towards turn 2. Back following Hunsley. There's Utsa a long way back.
I have to say, this point in the race, Hunsley almost sewn it up. Do you think?
Well, at the moment I would say he's pretty much got this, but for what we've seen in the race, anything could happen. You just see Kerrigan in 7th lock up the brakes. Now towards turn 3 and 4.
So he has been undercut by McNamara and Dovizioso.
So that's not good to see. But he is maintaining points position, which would be handy for the Constructors' Championship.
And he's got himself a long way ahead of Neyron, 6 odd seconds.
Sikilakis. And Sage 2.5 seconds, and McNamara is actually all over the back. And Kerrigan's catching the Vizioso as well. So head towards turn 2 again. Back following Hunsley. Getting a lot of airtime, Hunsley and Sigilakis.
Getting fantastic airtime for their sponsors.
Indeed they are.
HSBC.
In fact, one of the Vipers is actually getting a lot of airtime as well behind.
Jaguar.
Yes.
Here's Dovizioso, Elite 2. He does seem...
A little wide down there, turn 5.
Just catches the front left a little bit. Runs a tad wide, and Kerrigan is now all over the back of him. 2 Australian teams. Two Australian cars, quite obviously. An Australian and an Italian. Cosworth versus Mercedes. Kerrigan up the inside.
And he's got it nice and clean. Nice move.
Moves through on Dovizioso quite easily.
Yeah, insane. Looks like he's under pressure from the other 2 KF1. So we'll see what happens there.
Here's McNamara now. He's right on the back of Saeed. It'll be interesting to see if he can use the car just like his boss did and sneak past, perhaps to turn 8. Takes big balls to try that though.
Especially since so many people ran off so far.
Indeed, very dangerous spot so far this race that turn 8 and turn 9 have been. Kerrigan though clearly wasn't given that brief.
Not at all. Now I did get confirmation that Rinyaho's in the pits again. It was a long way back.
It's a massive shame for him today, for him and his team. Looking for another good result.
Oh, Daniel Harvey's... Has he got problems? Or did he just run off?
Seems he...
Try and get back.
Seems he does. He's got a lot of problems there.
And after so long, the other Apex Yamaha car is out of the race. And it was a suspension failure. What a shame. We're back following Utsa and yellow flags at turn 3. While they clean up that mess. Now they're cleared back to green. Not much else to report. And actually, McNamara's gotten past Sade.
There you go. That'll move McNamara into 4th. He'll be behind Sigilakis now. 15 laps to go. Possible
Podium spots, but we're not holding our hats to anyone just yet. Hunsley's still in the race, taking 39 laps. It's actually catching it slightly. She's back in the 4 seconds between those guys. Then Utsa. It's actually catching up slightly. He's done his stop. It looks like there's only 1 stop for most of these guys.
Indeed. Some news from the pit lane with Nathan Corns.
Turns out Harvey's front right failed through the infield section.
So there you go. That was the suspension that we saw. Front right through the infield. That's that would have been a hair-raising ride even just to make it to turn 8.
Indeed. So he was best for him to pull off and just forward. No point just making a mess all over the circuit. Back on board with Sigalakis. Towards the middle of the course.
Sigalakis holds 4.7 seconds on McNamara and is 4.1 behind Utsa.
So the top 4 or 5 guys have pretty much stagnated at this point.
They're all just running out to the finish.
Utsa is actually catching Hunsley a little bit, but isn't going to be enough. It's only catching him like a tenth a sector. So, turn 2. Close to a port. That's another 500 to the second. Maintains his room. Nice clean in. Sounds like a Sunday cruise almost for him.
He's had quite an easy race with Deal and Rinyaho coming to grief, and then even more so when Rinyaho ruined his wing. So it allowed him. He's the only DTK that's really still going strongly.
Sega getting lots of airtime between the top 2 guys.
Yep, he's starting to get shown blue flags now though. To move over for Utsa, who's coming through right now. Utsa may be losing a little bit of time to Sigalakis, 10th per lap, but 10 laps to go. He's only going to be around 3 seconds ahead, which is not going to be enough for Sigalakis. I'm pretty sure he can't dive bomb into any corner 3 seconds behind.
If you would, you'd probably just end up on the fence anyway.
Wow. Dad, you can really dive bomb anyone here 1 second behind.
So it seems like at this point in time, everyone's just in their own little space, one position. But we won't know until we finish actual times.
Does seem though that down in 9th and 10th could be close. They're running close to each other.
Still we only have 2 people with 1 lap down. Sega and Deal. Here's Utsa. Still trying to catch Sega to get through and just catch up. But this might prove a slight advantage for Utsa. He is getting some slipstream. So he can catch up the Hunsley a little bit quicker.
Sigalakis, another 10th, 2 tenths through that lap. Even Utsa himself.
It looks like Keren's pretty close to Said as well. The 5th and 6th.
We'll go down, we'll have a look. Here's McNamara, he's 5 seconds behind Sigalakis. That's probably not going to happen at all. Here's Said in 5th, there's Keren in 6th, it's only 0.7 of a second. Davizioso has got Deal behind him, but that's by over a lap, so no problem for him. Neyron running strong in 8th for Entech. Here's Angbrink in 9th. He's got Barrett right behind. Barrett going to possibly get his first points.
Yeah, it'd be very nice to see some of you guys getting some points. They're giving some real confidence. Demas.
Talking of new guys getting points, is Demas in 11th, running very well, but he's got Noak right behind, and I think Noak will be looking to get as close as possible to points after yet another last position start.
Yes, he doesn't really get much reprieve from qualifying these days.
Back to the front of the field though, Jack Hunsley.
Yeah,
Up to turn 2, no problems in the world.
in a league of his own. He just won through the gaps and stagnated 3.4 seconds.
As I said before, the Lamborghini engine, of course, is a tad more powerful than the Toyota.
Here comes Barrett.
Having a look at Engbrink, this will be interesting. Engbrink doesn't often lose positions to anyone.
No, he doesn't. More often than not, he gains them. One or another. But almost looked to dive on there. You see him all over the mirrors. Hunsley. 44 laps complete. And still 3.4 seconds. Andy Black. Big lock up towards turn 2.
He's got to be careful. He's dropping sharp. He's starting to lose sharp, and Rinyaho might want to get in there, get a position, just to make it a slightly better day. I think, in fact, Rinyaho has actually lost time.
Maybe could actually. It's just been a topsy-turvy race all so far.
So far, Utsa still hasn't even got an Austrian.
Here's Deal. Trying to find some bragging rights, I guess. But at the moment, Car's putting away, Kerrigan's fallen away. I think he actually got past Sade.
Here's Engbrink and Barrett. Oh, Barrett!
Up on the inside.
What a move! Fantastic effort there from the Englishman.
Gets
Well,
up.
the British, the Brit. I'm pretty sure he's an Englishman. Nonetheless, he gets up the inside. A fantastic move on one of the stars of the season so far.
Get himself up to 9th place. They'll give him 2 points if he can hang on. Meanwhile, Hunsley's still 3.2 seconds ahead of Utsa. And Deal, oh, that's the 4th time at the same corner. What is he doing?
His boss will not be happy with him today.
No.
That's been a shocking effort. Fair enough, you had taken out once, but
Ooh, what's he doing?
That's
That's the final score right there.
and there you go, Pablo Deal. In a way, it's almost it's a case of, well, he was put out of his misery.
Indeed.
And here is the man who is set to benefit from that happening. That was Jack Hunsley. He should be looking for a fantastic... Hang on. Engbrink's back past Barrett.
And no, actually,
Rob... Oh, yeah, sorry, Dimas indeed. So Nowak now up into 11th. If I'll be honest, I think he's on for a 9th place finish.
yeah, we'll see what happens. But Barrett's not giving up just yet. Knox is watching this and he's like, oh boy.
Ooh.
But locking up, he's not going to be catching up with that. There's 7 laps to go. He could potentially catch up and get some points.
It'll be a shame for Dimas. He so close to points. You know, a handful of laps to go. So close to points in the first race of the rebranded Evo GP. Bit of a shame.
Indeed. It would have been nice to see him get some points. But meanwhile, Utsa is still maintaining his ground, and Sigalakis is actually catching him.
Sigalakis is definitely catching. He's well within 3 seconds that I was talking about before. Oh, Barrett, so close. But a fantastic race so far, mate. Don't blot your textbook with a silly overtake and a silly collision.
You've seen already enough of those. Back following Hunsley again. The Vizioso now.
Vizioso going to have a look at Saeed in the last 5 odd laps.
And Neyron's actually all over the back of the Vizioso.
Indeed.
Well. Look at him.
He's having a look.
Goes.
Will he... He
Oh,
sticks it. Saeed!
He's off the track. What has happened there? Recovers it nicely.
Will he get back on? Yep, he keeps it going.
In 8th place.
Massive shame there for Saeed. That's let Davizioso and Neyron through. Engbrink is a long way behind with Barrett and Nowak, so Saeed should be safe in 8th if he can keep it on the track.
Yeah, it should be.
Utsa finally catching Okelsager.
Barrett is looking again.
Now for those two, that's a really bad move because Nowak should get Barrett, and I have to say, you know, it's fine to go on the attack, but don't do it when you've got no defense. Oh, hello.
Dimas wants to look at Nowak. Is he going to get 2?
Oh, he nearly does. He just gets stopped from doing that. But he gets back past Nowak, so all of a sudden Nowak doesn't seem quite so certain at getting that 9th place I was talking about.
Not at all. Meanwhile, back on board with Utsa, and Sigalak is 1.7 seconds. He's catching him. But what do we know? Huntsy's just gone. If anything, he's probably got this sewn up right now.
He's got to keep it on the track. Don't take too many risks through turn 8. That we've seen Deal making all this race. Saeed as well. Saeed safe in 6th, you'd say. Threw it off the course. He's still got Barrett behind. Barrett, though, seems to be more preoccupied. Oh, hello, no. Barrett is right there. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Maybe Demas was getting preoccupied with Noah.
Perhaps.
In fact, he is.
Yep, Noak's got to get past Demas all over again as Barrett and Engbrink continue their Titanic battle. Oh.
And up the inside, oh, massive lock up for Engbrink. And Barrett's just sailed straight past.
As Noak sneaks past Demas, it's not over yet as they head over to turn 3.
Looks like Demas might get back under him.
Demas is up the inside, but Noak holds it around the outside. Good move there from the Elite 2 boss.
And back on board with him.
He's a long way behind Engbrink actually, so Barrett's gotten past.
Yeah, because Emery locked it up real bad at turn 2 and Barrett just sailed through. Yeah, what a race. Look at Neyron. You've got to give it to Neyron. He made up 14 positions. He's up in the 7th place. That's awesome.
Barrett as well, up 7 to get possibly his first points. Davizioso up 8 to continue his work. Saeed, well, should have been better than that, but oh well.
Ooh, no, like a little untidy there.
Definitely pushing the Australian, but
Demas is looking to get around once again. Not quite though. So turn 2. Gaps around half a second.
3 laps remaining for Jack Hunsley to take a second victory. Utsa finally gets past Okelsager. Sigalakis 1.2 seconds. Surely not.
Surely.
Well, 3 laps to go, but well.
You just got to keep on the track, and that's a guarantee. But you never know. Only time will tell. Actually, Okelsager's Holton Sigalakis up. He's gained 3/10.
Might have been he might have been the one slowing Utsa down, of course.
That too. But for now, Neyron is actually all over the back of the Vizioso. Could go for 6th place here. And Sigalakis is probably safe for McNamara.
Things falling around in the commentary box. Utsa 3.2 seconds. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. Fantastic effort for him today, but 2nd place again.
Andy Black, all over the back of one of the Evo GPs.
That'd be Shah. Indeed it is. He's got Rinyaho behind, a long way behind. Been a poor day for the Finn. It's been a poor day for all of the Finns except for the
2KF1 Finn.
Yeah, that isn't really a Finn, but well, we'll go with that. Either way, Sigalakis, yep, he's dropped 2.2 seconds. He's just lost the edge out of his tyres. There's Noak.
Up the inside of Engbrink. I don't think he got him there.
No, he didn't, but 2 laps to go, and it's now on for young and old. Noak versus Engbrink.
Versus Demas too.
Demas is still in there as well, of course, indeed. Seems that Barrett must be home and hosed for his first points of the season.
If he can hang on to points, that'd be a great drive for the monster. As they make their 2nd last lap. Mike just pushing on. Final lap, Jack Hunsley's crossed the finish line, white flag. Looks like he's got this one sewn up. Nice and neatly.
Bar any horrible failures in his car, indeed.
Yeah.
Davizioso, he's got Neyron. Neyron can sense another position, get himself 2 more points.
He's all
He'll
over
have
the
a
pack.
look. That
Yep.
Supertech engine's got something in it.
Ooh, not quite yet.
Car number 2 versus car number 3.
Utsa maintaining second place. You may as well be home and host for that. But Jack,
There's Hunsley.
what a drive.
It has been a fantastic drive for Hunsley. Didn't look like it was going to be a great race for him. Dropped back. Rinyaho was speedy. Not in a speedy, but in a DTK, but he's looking good.
Yeah.
But Jack has been able to benefit from some interesting occurrences, and as such, he will go across the line to win the Austrian Grand Prix.
What a great job for Jack. Ben Utsa goes across the line in second.
Sigolakis comes across in third. Ockelsaga's left down. McNamara in fourth for 2KF1 with Keranen in fifth.
What a great job for the 2K1 boys. They needed something for the constructors. It's not over for 6th and 7th. Dovizioso.
Dovizioso should just hold off Neyron. Neyron is going to have a look up the inside of turn 8, but won't be able to get it done. Saeed, what a shame. Should have had better than 8th. Barrett, what an effort. Fantastic for the Brit. He will come across to collect his first points of the season and first points for Monster for a while.
Indeed. Ever since Slitner left, they've been struggling. In Engbrink, it looks like he's going to hang on for Speedy Ferrari for 10th place.
And not a bad day for Speedy in the end either. Nowak takes 11th. Dimas unlucky not to get anything. Here's Chaco 13th. Sharp 14th, could have been better.
Andy Black 15th and Rinyaho.
Massive shame for him. He'll take 16th, but he'll be on the lead lap.
Well, there you go. What an interesting race that was. Jack Hunsley takes the win for TDK. Ben Utsa at BRT 2nd place.
We'll have a look at the full race results, full confirmation, then Hunsley, Utsa, Sigolakis is the podium with McNamara and Keranen for 2KF1 doing another top 5 effort. Dovizioso does well for Elite 2, especially after his fantastic effort last week.
Neyron making up a lot of positions to get up to 7th place and get himself...
Indeed, 14 positions up, a fantastic effort from Neyron. Saeed, Barrett with its first points, and Engbrink will steal the last ahead of Nowak and Dimas.
Chaco for 13th place, Rob Sharp, Evo GP, Andy Black, Viper 14th and 15th, and Tapio Rinyaho for DDK. What a shame.
With Ockelsager 1 lap down, and then we get into the retirements. Deal ended up putting his BRT into the wall. Harvey had a suspension failure. Rautavara, well,
That was an unfortunate collision with
the
Diaz.
less we talk about it, the better.
Boro, he was caught with nowhere to go. His car absolutely trashed.
And Bauer retired with transmission failure, same time as Foro did, off the cameras. We'll have a look. Fastest lap of the race will go to Tapio Rinyaho with a 1 minute 11.121, 6/10 off pole. Sigolakis at second is 2/10 behind. Finally, we'll have a quick look at the lap chart. Hunsley, well, you know, went down to third, but he was able to control it. Utsa went down to sixth, was able to work on getting back up. As Sigolakis, well, he did lead before his pit stop.
Making that first stint as long as possible.
Keranen and McNamara started a while back, but were able to move up nicely.
A couple of top 5 positions for those guys.
And Dovizioso, not too bad. We'll also have a look. We'll have a look at what happened to Barrett, because he went down a long way. He was down in 19th at one point, but some steady driving and good strategy from the Monster team saw him sneak back up into 9th.
Brilliant effort.
Talking about brilliant Dimas. Not too bad, he got himself into 8th, he was in the points, but just didn't have the speed, even in the new OMR colours. Engbrink, down in 16th. He was running really nice.
and then just slowly made his way back up into the top 10 to secure that last point.
And as you can see, he was one of the first to stop, and you know, he was able to come back into 10th. He was only a single stopper as well.
Indeed.
Nonetheless, that has been the Austrian Grand Prix for Season 1 of Formula FG. A big thank you today to James McNamara in the commentary box.
Thank you very much for letting me hear.
And down in the pit lane, Nathan Corns, thanks for coming today.
No worries, anytime.
Anytime, that sounds good. Nonetheless, next round is in Monaco, but in between then, in fact, is the first test session of the season at Silverstone. Nonetheless, this has been Formula FG. I've been Aidan Carradine. Thank you, everybody. Good night.